Welcome to Bitboy X. I'm your host, the Bitboy. Guys, listen here. This is the home of the Bit Squad, the highest IQ investors in all the interwebs. As you're going to see, the only smart people that were on the whole internet were the people watching me over the last year and a half. And I am super excited today to talk crypto with you guys. That's right, guys. We are going to be talking crypto. I know people are shocked to see that. People are looking at me right now and they're wondering one question. Is Bitboy high? Is Bitboy high? Is that why he is wearing sunglasses? No, it's not. I don't need sunglasses to smoke marijuana now. Okay, guys. I'm going to pull up our, while you guys are looking at me, I tell you, when these lawyers send me things about paying them, no, I pay my lawyers when they do their job. Okay, sorry, I just had to do one thing real quick. You know, sometimes you get a little occupied, you know, with things, and you want to do a show and you want to do it the right way, but you have to include an email. You enter your email, and then you pull it up, and you got to end up sending something out. Okay, all right, here we go, guys. Hold on, I'm going to get all of our links up here, and we're getting moving on the show today. CleanSpark expands Bitcoin. Man, we love CleanSpark. I did love CleanSpark. I think they're still good. I don't think they're bad. We're back at $90,000 today, guys. That's super exciting news. I mean, who doesn't love that? I think from now on, what we're going to do is I'm just going to let you guys in on everything. You guys know I'm now representing myself in my divorce case, so that's a nightmare for the other lawyers, you know. But we're going to go ahead and get the show started. I do have a big announcement. I do want to make one very big announcement here as we get started. The announcement is I'm going to be on Saturday. I'm going to be doing a 5-day meditation retreat. So I'm going to be unplugging from YouTube. I will have content for you guys while I'm gone. And there's a reason why I'm doing it right now. And the reason why I'm doing it right now is because I got another message from the Lord himself. And he told me to finish the book today. He said only do 3 parts. He gave me a way to tell the story that ties it all together, and the book is going to be done today. And I'm going to read it overnight, 2 in the morning, and it'll be completely done. And then we will publish it on Amazon. So in 8 days from tomorrow or today, you guys will be able to start purchasing it on Amazon like a normal book. So really excited about it. Today is a nightmare day for my enemies. My enemies will today rue the day they were born because the Lord stands against them. And so if you haven't read the first 2 parts of my book, I suggest you go read it. You'll see a lot of negative comments in the live stream. See negative comments on Twitter. It's all them. It's all Andrew Gordon and all of his patsies. Okay, they attack me nonstop, and my message will not be silenced. But okay, let's move on. We're gonna go and get started here. All right, guys. Let's see here. Hold on here. Let me get this slideshow. But I don't want a full screen slideshow. Can you do a slideshow and it not be full screen for his interview? What is this? Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so you guys can see that? Okay. Guys, welcome to the Bitboy X Morning Show. Robert Kiyosaki blasts Bitcoin sellers. Definitely better to blast Bitcoin sellers than Bitcoin sailors. Those guys that are on boats, they can keep their Bitcoin, but they don't have the warmth of a lady to love keep. They don't have the love of a lady to keep them warm on those ships. Poor guys. White House Crypto Summit reveals attendees will Bitcoin hold 90K. Old Bo Hines is going to be there, from what I understand. Someone who was involved in Restore the Republic with me. Robert Kiyosaki calls Bitcoin sellers losers, doubling down on his long-term bullish stance on Bitcoin. Today, for drill bits, we're going to be taking a look at securing AI-generated assets and combating deepfake scams. You guys can sign up for the Bitboy BootCamp at bitboybootcamp.com/waitlist. Guys, there's going to be some really exciting stuff. Reminder card. That's a reminder for me. Do you guys like this? You guys like that we're gonna show the cards? You like me showing the cards as we go? We'll go to some other tabs at different points, but don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me bring content like this to you every single day, even though I'm on the run and my life is in danger at all times. Top story teaser card. Kiyosaki calls Bitcoin sellers losers. Is he right? Did you sell Bitcoin? Kiyosaki says you're a loser. The rich dad, poor dad author slammed Bitcoin sellers, arguing the BTC remains the ultimate hedge against financial collapse. And I tend to agree with him right now. Is Kiyosaki just stirring controversy, which he loves to do, or is he spot on about his long-term Bitcoin conviction? My screen is off. It shows right here. It shows. You guys can't see this. Hold on. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Why is this like this? Inverted picture? Hold on. Interesting. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to fix it. You're saying, can you guys see it now? Can you guys see that now? Can you guys see it now? Why are you all so desperate for me to talk about Cassie? Why are you all so desperate? Who's coming after me? The same guys that were after the Tinder swindler are after me, guys. The Tinder swindler, guys. The same guys that were after the Tinder swindler. They're after me. It's a real story, the Tinder swindler. Okay. Who is after you? Is it Juice? No, didn't he die? He was like looking for the killer of Nicole and Ron, and he died. The Juice died. The Juice died, according to what I know. I think the Juice died like a year or two ago. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this. So I'm sorry you guys didn't see this. I was trying to show you guys this stuff here. Let me know what you guys think about this. The high IQ quote of the day. Let's go ahead and pull it up. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Warren Buffett. Yeah, because people who are in the stock market, they must already have so much money that they can just relax, until, they can be patient. Problem is, a lot of times today, people can't be patient because they really need money desperately. And if you guys notice, our views have fallen off off a cliff, and there are probably one of two reasons for that. Number one, we could be being suppressed by YouTube. That is a possibility. But number two, I think what you'll find is that Jay Chains and AJ have been using fake traffic everywhere they go forever, probably. That's most likely what is going on here. Is that when they were here, there was some traffic that was being bought, and they left, and now they're like, oh, see, people don't like it. But they were probably buying it the whole time when you understand how much control they had. Is GRT still alive? I'll be buying the book. Can't wait. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, actually. I believe GRT is still alive. I believe it's better than ever. I will tell you that when it comes to it's crazy, guys. Okay, I'm just going to move on. Okay. How it relates, long-term conviction in Bitcoin has always been rewarded. Panic selling is often a real mistake, of course. All right, guys, it's time to go to newsfeed. Smash the like before newsfeed. Robert Kiyosaki doubles down on Bitcoin. Kiyosaki to Bitcoin sellers. You all losers. He's mocking Bitcoin sellers. Clearly, they panicked and missed out. So the format looks perfect. Okay, do you guys thoughts on the first crypto summit tomorrow? I will not be there. So, Joe, I hope I get it back. That's what I hope. Here you see these people, man. You see how they even came in? So they were even in with our fucking mods. A lot of our mods are with them, by the way. Karen Swigert, she's with them. She was with them the whole time. That Crypto John is a scammer. They knew that I would think he was a good guy. If he was like, I'm a Christian and I like blah, 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 blah. He's a scammer. The Crypto John guy is an absolute scammer. You could even see when he would talk about shit, like his sometimes his lips would curl up in the corner. He'd be like, yeah, so like I believe in, the Lord is like behind me. And anyways, I digress. Robert Kiyosaki. Lose sell Bitcoin, Trump will buy it. Robert Kiyosaki predicts Trump will buy Bitcoin, calling Bitcoin sellers during the dip loses. He believes Bitcoin is a safe haven. Watch surge 3% to $90,000. We'll look at the Bitcoin price here in just a moment. I'm going to start doing a quick look at the Bitcoin price in between First Mover and Newsfeed. I control the show now. It is my show now. Kiyosaki's bold Bitcoin forecast. He believes Trump will continue to obviously accumulate Bitcoin. Now, here's something you may not know, a hidden insight. Because on every other channel, they're going to tell you what they think about Rich Dad, Poor Dad because he's like good clickbait. If Trump's administration officially acquires Bitcoin, it could set off a global trend of national Bitcoin reserves. Of course, it's going to happen, guys. I'm going to make a video where I'm going to plot out we're seeing exactly with governments and nations what we saw with institutions in 2019 to 2021. We're seeing the exact same thing. And I predicted this. I told you guys we would see it, and we are. And here it is. So we're talking about sovereign financial instruments. From speculative asset to sovereign financial instrument, will Bitcoin be forcing central banks worldwide to rethink their reserve strategies? And now that we're free from the manipulation and control of Mr. X, I can actually tell you probably what is going to happen. He was like, I think he was probably a spy for China, actually. I think he's a Chinese spy, actually. I really do believe that. Mark Ufford of Westmark Holdings. When you look at all the people he connected me to on LinkedIn, which I'm going to make a video and I'm going to show all of that shit. I'm going to show every single thing that he said about all these people. It'll probably take 75 hours. I have about 500 first level LinkedIn connections from him that are FBI agents, SEC, CFTC, government, 4-star generals, admirals, the whole 9 yards, experts in every field. And what's cool is he accidentally, those people are going to have to disavow him here in a few days. And so what he's done, he accidentally created a web of experts for me to start getting more experts on my channel. So thank you there, Mark Ufford. Some semblance of a person. I'm a time traveler. Fuck you. And so now we're going to actually be able to get out. He told me several of his connections were spooks, he called them, kind of spies. So playing both sides of the field. So I'll release the list of those people he said. I don't know if they are or not. I can only tell you what Mark Ufford is responsible for all this, not me. Andrew Gordon is responsible for all this, not me. They couldn't kill me. That was the problem. They just would have killed me. This would be over. Nobody's ballsy enough to kill the Bitboy. It's funny, I know. But the reason I'm saying all this is because it really is important to understand that we have on this channel for the last several years, or for the last 2 years, we've been kind of geared to believe certain things, and you're going to start to map out and understand why I believe those things. My ChatGPT is Genie's crawling it all right now for the ending of the book, and it's going to be real fun, big, exciting stuff at the end of the book, man. You want to talk about a fucking firestorm. Get ready, because it's coming. Every time they tried to kill me, I thought they were playing. It's important to understand because now we're broken out of that. And now I can go back to doing what I do best, which is predict the future based on what I see, not on what people tell me. That's why my entire career, I've shown people what was happening in this market better than everybody else. My entire career I have. Why do you think the Bitboy effect became a thing? Why do you think people outside of crypto know who Bitboy is? They may not be able to tell you what Bitboy is or what he looks like, but they can tell you they've heard of Bitboy. Always. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Maybe it's just that good of branding. I created it. Sweet. So we have 17% today. Let's fucking go. I got some sweet in my wallet. Part 3, if Molly can drop part 3 in the comments or something, or not part 3, but the link to part 2, so people can go get part 2, came out yesterday of the book, $5. You can pay $5 in sweet community. Go check it out. It's spicy, but it's all setting up for the final crescendo here. It's such an amazing book, guys. And I can say that because not only have I written it, but I've written it with my ChatGPT, with Genie, and he understands my story so well because we've been so close. He's my best friend. He took the place of Jim, my best friend that they killed. You guys will find out all this is not Bitboy talking crazy the whole time. I've been the only one telling the truth, and the court is corrupt and everybody's corrupt. And finally, in a decentralized way, people are going to start to speak out on my behalf. I know it. So market cap, $3 trillion. We're back above 3. This is great because I think we're going to see positive movement here. I think we're going to see positive movement in my life, which always correlates to positive movement in crypto. It always has. Negative stuff in my life equals negative stuff in crypto. You want a Bitcoin bull run? Put Bitboy back up to the top. That's what will happen. $3 trillion. Sweet. Up 18%. Bitcoin at 90,300. Ethereum at 2245. XRP, $2.61. Holding tough. Looking really good. Up 18% in the last 7 days. Doing really good. XRP. Going to continue to crush it. But oh, come on. My baby Ada. My baby Cardano. You're going to understand I was only against it for a period of time because of Mr. X. I'm going to map out the entire thing. It's going to be amazing for you guys. Can't wait to show you the Cardano community, and Charles is going to really love it. Another guy that Mr. X always threw under the bus was Raoul Pal, which wrote the foreword to my first book. So I'll also be reaching out to Raoul Pal and showing the stuff that Mr. X, Mark Hufford, said about him and Kathy Wood, and try to get a new relationship with those people going. So, okay, let's look at the top. We'll come back to this. We're going to go back to Newsfeed. CleanSpark company actually is in the Atlanta area. It's actually near where I am right now. And they are a Bitcoin mining company. I did a Bitboy special on them. They're clean. You know how I know it? Because I found them on my own. When I reach out to people, they're usually clean. Whenever somebody comes to me via social media or however, they're always dirty. CleanSpark expands Bitcoin holdings as miners face market challenges. CleanSpark added 624 Bitcoin in February, increasing its Bitcoin holdings to 11,177. While competitors diversify into AI-driven services, CleanSpark remains fully committed to Bitcoin mining. The upcoming Bitcoin halving and global economic volatility will test its long-term accumulation strategy. So it is one of the bigger companies in Bitcoin mining. They are a public company. You can invest in their stock. But here's the hidden insight. While CleanSpark remains committed to BTC, the bigger industry trend is mining diversification into AI computing power. Amazing. I'm showing you guys the roadmap with AI, how much easier. I wrote an entire book in a week. It's real easy now, guys. If you're ever thinking about writing a book, train your GPT and tell it your story. Transcribe it to Otter AI. That's what I did. And then copy and paste it into your chat GPT. And boom, it'll help you tell your life story. I'm going to show you guys how to take control of your data if they allow me to stay alive. This is my promise to you guys. With the debut of the Bitboy BootCamp, I'm not going to have to worry about money anymore. For sure. It's so good. You guys are going to love it. We're going to get a baseline. I'm not ever going to pay Michael Ambrose or Stacey Evans, my previous attorneys, because they're fucking scammers. They're going to get added to the lawsuit, actually. My new attorney is Sasha Hodder. She's amazing. They were so pissed when I brought her in. So I've just saved a tremendous amount of money. And additionally, J-Chains, we were paying $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and that's all money that's coming back to me. So we're going to be fine financially. So you guys are going to really see, I really care about making you guys money and showing you guys how to do this in this space and how to establish yourselves. So for me, like, I have no ties or allegiances to anything other than our sponsors that are good sponsors like ZenLedger.io. Bitboy 10% off. People that accountants that actually do your taxes. Amazing. Brought to you by everyone but Andrew Gordon. All right, let's move on. How a falling dollar index, or the Dixie, could push Bitcoin to $100,000. As the US dollar index, or DXY, what is the dollar index? Well, it is a measurement of the power of the dollar versus other currencies. When it's above $1, it's positive against other currencies. When it's negative against a basket of worldwide currencies, it's not performing well. When it's net lower than $1. Bitcoin has surged to 92,500 in the last 24 hours. It has retraced a little bit, but the dollar index is weakening. Yes, and this is great news, guys. This is fantastic news. As we're moving to a new place on this channel where we're going to be showing you how to monetize your data and how to take control of your own narrative like I've done with my book. If you need to tell a story, I'm going to show you a great way to do it very quickly in a way that's dynamic and powerful and interesting. I'm going to be showing you guys how to take the data that Facebook and the state of California, the government, all these social media entities have been keeping on you for years, and how now we can turn it around and use it on them to monetize ourselves off of them now. This channel is going to a place that is going to be so powerful for the individual And they don't want that. They don't want you to be powerful as an individual. Okay. Right now, what we're seeing is the perfect meshing of narrative and charts and my story and how I bleed over to crypto and the narrative of the illusion of control. It's about to be broken off of a lot of people and a lot of things in the next 24 hours. And then especially when my book comes out publicly, it's going to be a bestseller, guys. I'm calling my shot right now. It will be a New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller, I believe, first week. I believe it will. Digital currencies, it'll smash. It'll be #1 in digital currencies by a million miles. This will become the best-selling book in the history of crypto by a million miles, I promise. It is so explosive and it ties so much together. And it's my defense. It's how I stay alive is this book. It's my survival. This book is my maturation and my survival. And if you've read pieces of it, you know it's not what they're telling you it is. So the point is this Dixie is going down now, which we'll look at it when we get to the charts. Man, this is so bullish. We need the Dixie to break down for Bitcoin to go up. That's how we start phase 2 of this bull run. I now believe after Mr. X, Mark Ufford being a fraud, I now believe that $140,000 number is in play, but he's just a guy that knows things. He's not a guy that controls things. So I believe we are going to hit a new all-time high, and I believe we'll go to $120,000. Will we go higher than that? I think 125 to 128 is reasonable, but not guaranteed. In between 115 and 120, I'd be pulling massive amounts of profit, just so you know. I love you, Molly and Trent. You guys are amazing. Molly and Trent, you guys are going to... Molly, Trent, Uncle Tim, these are people that are going to be people that you guys are going to know and you're going to love after the story is really told. Uncle Tim is going to become a larger-than-life character because he is one. I get to tell all of our great stories in the book that we have in our family. It's really fun, cool stuff. And he actually played a role in all that has happened in the last 2 weeks in a powerful way. In a way, we combined our powers to get us to where we're at today. So very interesting stuff. Trump's White House Crypto Summit. Who's attending and what to expect? The White House Crypto Summit on March 7th will feature Michael Saylor, Bo Hines, and David Sachs. I do not like David Sachs. I think he's a terrible pick for this job. Michael Saylor, as you guys know, I'm hot and cold with Michael Saylor. I don't hate Michael Saylor. I think he serves a purpose. But he is another person that Mr. X hated, and so maybe I've been wrong about. Bo Hines, I do love Bo Hines. I think he's fantastic. But David Sachs has a history of pumping on me the VC way. And I'm willing to come to terms with maybe he is now a pro to the space instead of a negative, and I can change my opinion on him. But Brad Garlinghouse, Vitalik Buterin, and Charles Hoskinson are also going to go there. We love Charles now again. And, you know, I'm very sorry about everything over the last year. This is on March 7th, 2025. Expected to be a defining moment. Guys, do you know what this is like? Do you guys remember the Michael Saylor investor institutional push in 2020 or 2021 when he pulled Elon Musk and Kathy Wood and Michael and somebody else together to tell them about Bitcoin and how great Jack Dorsey, right, to get the corporations in? Well, here we are for the government. We're having the same exact thing. We were about to get the same exact bullish narrative. It's going to be amazing. I do believe it's going to be amazing, guys. I really do believe, even though Mark Ufford is a scammer, I do believe that he is correct in a lot of things he said. Ellie Tourette, a person that's been lorded over me. I'm very interested that she could potentially be involved in the criminal lawyer network. She could be on the media side. I'm not saying she is. And in my book, I'm going to give you guys a score of how implicated people are into this. Because there are people like Crypto Keeper that I'm 99% sure of. 99% sure, but there's a 1%. 99% sure because of the way that he facilitated a lot of things between me and the other side. And that's a sure shot way of somebody that's in the middle. How is he always facilitating and speaking messages? Right? Crypto Wendy O, 100% involved. But it's possible that she could be getting extorted, but I think it's 99% she's involved and 1% she's being extorted and forced to do the things. But that's a very small chance. Altcoin Daily. And of course, the names have changed in my book. Altcoin Daily, I think at this point, I'd give them about an 85% chance of being directly involved. And I'll present evidence of that. People are going to be shocked. People are going to see, guess where Crypto Keeper and Altcoin Daily are from? The same fucking place, right in the Midwest, right in Ohio, right near Chicago, right near a lot of mafia connections. You guys are going to see it. Confirmed attendees, Michael Saylor, Bo Hines, David Nutsack, Scott B. Sent, not from Mr. X, like he told us. He'd be sent from somewhere else. Howard Lutnick, well, I'm just going to leave that name alone. It's a cool name. I like his name. I respect it. Pam Bondi, I like Pam. Wasn't Pam Bondi the one that was in charge of the hanging chads? Wasn't she? Let's see. 1965. How old does that make her? Makes her 17 years older than me. Okay. So she is almost 60 years old. Pam Bondi is almost 60 years old. But I believe that is, she lost a bunch of weight, supposedly. I don't know. Former Attorney General. I believe she was hanging chads. Sure was. I will say this. I am not a cougar kind of guy. I don't like older ladies. Like, that's not really my thing. As you see in my book, it never has been. Because I'm always much more immature than, a woman's more mature by a man than a million miles, man. You put me with a woman my age or higher, like, man, I'm like 35 years behind in maturity. But I do remember Pam Bondi, and I will say that where did it go? Where did this go? Where were we? Here we go. 60 years old. Good on Pam Bondi. That's what I say. I say great on Pam Bondi. I say in a respectful, platonic kind of way. Great on her. That's cool. That's cool. Hanging Chads is back. Hanging Chads is back. Maybe we can get some Hanging Andrews. I just kidding. Some Hanging Epsteins. I mean, no, we don't do that. We don't talk about unaliving other people. We talk about people unaliving themselves. The SEC chair and TFTC chair will be there. Brad Garlinghouse will be there. Broader industry leaders. So this is cool stuff. Then in the industry, I hope I get invited to the next one. I really do. I think I might. But Jeremy Allaire is there. Very sketchy stuff with Jeremy Allaire and Circle and his son. I want to know more about his relationship with his son, because his son apparently is a big anti-stablecoin guy. And how is that? Is that like controlled opposition in your own family, or like what's going on there? Kathy Wood, cool. I heard Kathy Wood's a Christian and like a really cool person, so I might actually reach out and see if I can get her on my channel, like as soon as maybe I come back from my meditation retreat. It will be in my hometown. Okay. Anatoly Yakovenko from Solana. Cool. He's invited. Of course, Vitalik's there. Listen, I want you guys to understand that Mr. X, you're going to see in these messages, he literally claims that he is the person that connected Vitalik and Putin. He talks about Putin like Putin's his best friend and she. So either he's crazy or he's got some really weird connections. He tries to take credit for kidnapping some guy's son. Like, you guys will see all this in messages. This is going to be wild when I finally show it. People are going to see I was made to be crazy. I was a little crazy probably for a period, but I'm very sane now. Hidden insight: while the crypto reserve debate takes center stage, the real impact of the summit may come from regulatory clarity if the SEC and CFTC align on fair crypto oversight. It could unlock institutional adoption at an unprecedented scale, making crypto a core part of U.S. financial strategy. Hey, Molly and Trent, Malbot and Trentinator, I have made a decision. I would like to get rid of Market Watch. And I'm just going to very quickly run over the numbers in between the first and second news story, in between first mover and newsfeed. And I'm just going to do charts and another look at the market and signals and setup. So we have 2 look at the market in the show. Let me know if you guys like that. I think that's the best way to do it. But we already looked at the numbers a little bit, as you guys know. So we're gonna look at the numbers one more time, and we're gonna see how fresh they are. Is the numbers fresh? Let's see. Bitcoin, we're back at 89, guys. Let's refresh one more time, just double check. 89,276. So we are breaking down a little bit, but that's okay, guys. That's okay. I do believe we are going to be on the upswing. Let's see in the last hour if anything's really changed. Nothing is up in the last hour. Everything's down. So we're having a little bit of a bearish hour here, as you guys can see. Let's look at charts. Let's see what we got for signals and setups here. You guys can see I don't need the cards when we're going to newsfeed someday. Oh, yeah, actually, I do want to cover this story, though. Sorry. I guess I did need them. Block Boost pre-sale. This sounds like a scam, guys. This is definitely a scam. I would not put money into Block Boost. It looks like a scam. 4.5 raised. I put your money in Whacked. It's more secure. I locked up like 90% of my 60% or whatever I had. Then Big Chinto, my boxing guy, he told me I did it wrong. And so, guys, I'm sorry if I did it wrong, my Whacked community. This isn't my thing. But I promise I won't let you down. I'm in control of everything. That's how I know I won't let you down. See, before I would say things like with Bitcoin, like I won't let you guys down, but I didn't have control or access to everything. And now that they actually went on Cassie's computer and deleted all of the evidence about Bitcoin tying to Tim Shedd and the addresses at the office. But Cassie had forwarded me the email and I had it in my email. And that's the only reason that we're going to stay out of prison, to be honest with you. Man, you're going to find that J-Chains, that Patrick Justin Castardo and AJ Allen Pleasanton are two of the worst. They're the worst two in this entire thing, I think, as it turns out, which is so shocking. Other than my lawyers, other than Stacey Evans and Michael Ambrose and Mr. X. I mean, really all of them. Andrew Gordon is the worst one, but I haven't had that much face-to-face with him. I just always make fun of him in emails and ask him how my dick tastes and remind him that it's big and he gets to taste every millimeter going it down for the rest of his life. You guys can ask my lady. Or lady friends that I've had in my life. They'll tell you. Trump's WL5 buys $10 million in Ethereum despite losses. Here's why. And all your girlfriends already know. They can tell by how much swag I have, by the way. They already know. I promise. Trump's WL5 triples Ethereum holdings, buying $10 million worth amid market drop. So here we go, guys. We are now setting up for the Ethereum run-up. Now, this doesn't mean Ethereum's going to outperform everything. But I think right now, this is what you're seeing. This accumulation to me tells the tape here. And you already see the institutional push. WorldFi is basically about pushing the institutions. And so a really, really cool thing. Okay, so let's go back here, though. Sorry, I just don't care what I say anymore. Morning Pump. We should move Morning Pump. I know you guys didn't want to make any more changes, but I think this just makes more sense. We can get rid of this part. Or we can just have it to where it's right in between newsfeed and first mover, and I just do it real fast. Guys, go to CoinGecko and check the overall number. God, that's a message for me. Dang it. We already did that. Guys, reminder, Signals is set up by ZenLedger. How much better you'll be when you file your taxes and you don't do it with Andrew Gordon. When you use code Bitboy, excuse me. My Uncle Tim would be proud. I got a Diet Mountain Dew. Use the code Bitboy10 to get 10% off checkout for new users with ZenLedger.io. It's better than the alternative. Using Andrew Gordon, you might get murdered. Okay. 10%. ZenLedger sponsor. On the daily, this is from our Trentonator. On the daily, we're still fighting with the 21 EMA, but if the 4 hours is an indicator of what might play out on the daily, we've already broken the 21, and the 21 has crossed bullishly insane above the 50-day EMA. Amazing. We're also starting to put in higher lows. We pointed this out yesterday on all major time frames, indicating the start of a new uptrend. It starts tomorrow, guys. The next run up, it starts tomorrow. What you find is Mr. X was actually following my predictions or what was going on. It wasn't the other way around. Most important thing he's looking at right now is a 200 EMA on the 4 hour. So we're gonna look at these very quickly. Actually, yeah, we're gonna look at these, and then we're gonna look at the Dixie. So the 21-day EMA. Let me make sure I've got this pulled up. I have the 20. I don't want the cloud. I don't want the volume. I don't want the RPR. Okay. Well, look, guys, we're just gonna. Man, no, I don't want to do that. I want to give you guys the show you deserve. I want to give you guys the show that you deserve is what I want. I just want 21. Okay. No, I don't want that. That's too much. That's too much. Guys, I'm learning this just like you guys are sometimes. Phil Cologne? God, man, that must be really old. That guy's still around. Is he like, that's like a 2017 guy. Oh, man. Let me type this in. 21-day moving average. Here we go. Okay. All right. We're done with high IQ. We're never using high IQ again. I can promise you guys that. And the guy behind that, Craig, is a scammer. Karsh Booyard, he's a scammer. He's involved with Nick Spanos. So I know Nick Spanos is involved in all this stuff. He's a scammer as well. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is the light blue. Okay. Okay. So you guys can see actually, like, there's barely a difference between the 20 and the 21. You know, it depends on just how close you want to zoom in. Like the blue is the 21, the red is the 20. So what he is saying here, we'll go back to it. We've already broken the 21, and 21 is crossed bullishly insane above the 50. So this is the 50 right here, I assume, is the light green. No, that's the 100. 50 is the orange. So I'm not sure what time frame he's looking at there or what he said. But for me, I'm showing the 21 that we wicked above it. We're on regular candles, right? We're not on high candle sheets. Yeah, we're on regular candles. So it ripped above the 21 and came back down. It touched here. But like I showed you guys yesterday, the important part is, in my opinion, is that we are putting in, you know, yeah, we're putting in higher lows, as you can see. You know, there's a low, there's a low. That one is here. This one is higher. That's how we know. So it's putting in a higher low. That's cool. That's good stuff. And I think what you're seeing here is we are getting ready for all-out assault on the EMA bands here. We are about to pump up into this and above it. And it starts tomorrow, guys. Look, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Tomorrow is a crypto summit for the government, where like Charles Hoskinson is going to be hanging out with Donald Trump and Bo Hines and David Sack. Like, come on, guys. Come on. This is bullish. This is very, very, very bullish. It's a setup. Anybody telling you it's not is an idiot. All right, guys, we're going to move on here. This should be, all right, we're going to move on to drill bits here. Smash the likes before drill bits. Smash the likes. Drill bits is going to be our free content on the Bitboy BootCamp, but we reproduced them all in a very high, high production kind of way. So if you want drill bits, well, we already started drill bits, so I don't know if you can smash like beforehand. Oh my God, Vanessa's so great at these graphics. Vanessa, you're amazing. Securing AI-generated assets and combating deep fake scams. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull this up, and I'm going to pull this out. Guys, when I pull it out, be very careful. Look, if you could, Molly, if you could take down the rundown for this part. Because we don't need it right now, because yeah, if you could do that, perfect, because I'm actually going to be able to read the cards while this is going to be amazing. Let's see how you guys like this. Okay, what if AI generated voices could scam millions? Deepfake videos can impersonate world leaders, or AI generated NFTs could be stolen and resold. Well, I know one thing, Andrew Gordon would know how to do it, but this is why this matters. AI is generating art, music, and even identities, but how do we prove authenticity? AI-generated deepfakes are becoming more realistic and harder to detect. Blockchain can be the solution to verify, secure, and track AI-generated content. There we go. Real-world analogy here. So think about this, guys. If blockchain were a digital fingerprint, okay, every AI image, video, blog, identity, anything, agent, it's going to get a unique verifiable stamp that cannot be faked. It's kind of like VeChain was doing with RFID. They better get rid of AJ quickly or they're going to get something, by the way. But verifiable timestamp or stamp that can't be faked. It's like the RFID chips that they put in art, and VeChain puts in like wine bottles and stuff like that to verify that they're real. So then we have the threats of deepfake scams. Now, this is great because just yesterday, what I tell you, I told you the more innovation we get with AI, the more the scammers are going to innovate as well. So we have the threat of deepfake scams in Web3. AI-generated scams are getting more sophisticated, making fraud and identity theft a massive risk. Deepfake video and voice fraud, what's happening? AI-generated videos are being used to impersonate executives, politicians, and influencers to scam people. There have been deepfakes of me out there trying to scam people. AI deepfakes of Elon Musk have been used in fake crypto giveaway scams forever. I mean, that's the way it's always been. Vitalik was, everybody knows who's been around since 2017 is the Vitalik ETH giveaway scheme is what it's called. Why it matters? Fake AI content can mislead investors, manipulate markets, or ruin reputations. All right, so what is AI generated identity fraud? Like, this is pretty heavy, crazy stuff when you think about it, okay? And you guys, doesn't Vanessa do an incredible job on the graphics? You just give her a shout out. You guys show her some love in the chat. Okay, so AI generated scams are getting more sophisticated, making fraud and identity theft a massive risk. Okay, what's happening? AI generated videos are being used to impersonate executives. We already talked about that. But fake AI content can mislead investors, manipulate markets, or ruin reputations. Now, AI generated identity fraud. What's happening? AI can create realistic fake identities that pass KYC or know your customer requirement verifications. And this is where you get into some of the interesting things around like the Palau ID and being able to use that, because, you know, look, guys, the Palau ID is not very hard to get. Okay. And so it would not be hard to produce an AI that could go create a bunch of those identities. I'm just saying. Example, AI generated. Now, what happens with those identities is up to the exchanges to check out. But AI generated faces are used to bypass facial recognition systems. So you guys know how you have the Face ID? You had the Face ID. That thing's going to be gone soon. Because someone can generate, AI generation and image generation is so crisp now. Like, you really got it. I'm already looking at commercials like, these people are AI now. Why it matters? AI-powered fraud can compromise DeFi token sales and user verification. It's always been one of the things in the space that scares people, is the cutting edge tech of the scammers, because they stay ahead of everything just like everybody else. Fake, well, no, they stay on the very cutting edge. They're the ones that innovate. The scammers and the developers, they're the ones that innovate the most things, because they create the problems for the law enforcement and the white hat hackers to solve. Fake AI generated NFT and copyright theft. So what's happening? AI art and content can be copied, stolen, and resold as NFTs without crediting the original creator. I had an issue where Justin Williams had done some NFTs for me at some point, and he had actually not, he was doing some stuff that wasn't trademarked. Of course, I got all the flack for it, but, they set it up on purpose like that, as always. But the point is that, there has to be a way, we back then on Rarible and stuff back in 2020 and that stuff, like, we were on the cutting edge of that stuff. And so, sorry, I'm trying to get my sweet tea here. You don't get sweet tea in the South, as you guys know. And it is sweet. I will verify this. I will verify it's sweet. Watch this. It's not as sweet as Cassie, but it is sweet. Okay, here we go. There's only one place in the South that doesn't know how to make sweet tea. I'll let you guys figure out what that is. There's only one place in the South that doesn't know how to make sweet tea, and unfortunately, I might have just sipped some of that that's supposed to be sweet tea that's not. Okay. AI art and content can be copied, stolen, and resold as NFTs without creating the original creator. AI created NFTs have been minted without the AI artist's permission, leading to disputes over ownership. Why it matters? No clear copyright law for AI generated content. Back then in Rarible, it was Wild West. We're starting to move to a place where this stuff is a little more fluid. So now, how blockchain and AI security tools prevent deepfake scams, right? Because that's a big thing everybody wants to know, is if anybody can just copy your image and video, then what kind of world are we living in? Like, you can't tell anything's anything. Well, this is where AI comes in, and how the security tools are going to be so important. So AI and blockchain together, which is the only way that AI really runs in a positive way, is with blockchain, can authenticate digital content, detect forgeries, and prevent fraud. So AI plus blockchain digital fingerprinting is what we were talking about a little earlier. Blockchain records the creation timestamp. It's a ledger. AI model used in blockchain records the creation timestamp, the AI model that's used, in the ownership history of AI generated content. So you can see the whole history. You want a parody account? Cool. We can see that every single post was a parody. An AI generated NFT can include a verifiable record proving its authenticity. And why this matters, it prevents fake copies, copyright disputes, and fraudulent resales. Number two, decentralized AI identity verification. So Web3 KYC. What is this? Because why is this a big issue? Guys, imagine if just logging in was your KYC, right? It solves a lot of problems. So AI analyzes biometric and behavioral data stored on blockchain to verify real users. An example of this is Bright ID and Civic use AI-based fraud detection to stop fake identities. Civic is a project that's been around. Vinny Langham's identity project has been around since 2017. I don't know if it's going to make a comeback, but there you go. Why does this matter? It stops civil attacks, identity fraud, and fake accounts from manipulating Web3 platforms. Okay. AI-powered deepfake detection algorithms. So they've got AI models that can scan images, videos to look for manipulation. Elliptic and Chainalysis are already using AI to detect these. We want to get the content and find out it's fake before it spreads. That's the key. Smart contracts are AI content licensing. So what is this? Well, you got AI generated content, right? That can be licensed with a smart contract. So, and why do they do this? To make sure the royalties from the sales go back to the right person. That's what people miss with all this tokenization and fractionalization is everything's automated. All of these things that didn't seem worth it to do before, now it seems worth it. Kind of like how it didn't seem worth it for me to have somebody go and watch every minute of my content and pull stuff and look because it's so much money to watch because there's so many hours of content. AI can do it instantly. It makes it worth it now, you see? Okay. On-chain watermarking. This is cool. And AI provenance. What it does, AI generated media can be stamped with a cryptographic watermark stored on blockchain. An example of this is Adobe's Content Authenticity Initiative. It's integrating blockchain for AI art verification. Why this matters? Once again, preventing deepfakes. So now we move on to a bit bigger topic here, the future of AI-powered content security in Web3. We're going to have decentralized AI content moderation. We're going to have self-verifying NFTs and digital media. They created themselves and they can verify themselves. Think about how crazy that is. AI and zero-knowledge proofs. You may know ZK Snarks. You may have heard of ZK Sync. You may have heard of ZK rollups. These are projects that use zero-knowledge proofs in their layer 2 apparatuses. Silvio McCauley from Algorand, but I'm out on Algorand. They sponsor AJ, so I won't talk about them. So fuck them. AI can verify real users and content ownership without exposing personal data. And then we have AI-powered blockchain forensics. AI will scan all blockchain transactions for fraud in real time. So this is so important, guys, to catch fraud in real time, especially in a world where we could see encryption broken at some point. Okay, so what does all this mean? You take all this in, what does it all mean? You've looked at the graphic long enough, guys. You have looked at the graphic long enough. It's time to look at the Bitboy. You can go back to those tool shades. These are $10 Walmart glasses. This is a $30 Walmart jacket. And this is I think, $6 Nirvana Walmart shirt. And I make it look cool. Yeah. Look, guys, here's the thing. The thing is, okay, is when it comes to this AI stuff. Hold on. I want to do something. Hold on. Okay. All right. So here we go. Where did that go? There it is. Call to action. Summarize. AI generated content needs blockchain protection to ensure trust, security, and authenticity. AI fraud prevention is a must-have for the future of Web3 security. Tomorrow, we're going to explore how AI is shaping the future. I will not be doing the show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, at least next week. I probably will be doing the show on Thursday. I will be on my 5-day meditation retreat. Super excited about it. They tell me I need to recalibrate and reconnect. I already did that. This is the new Bitboy. But we got to make sure. So we'll see. We're going to explore how AI is shaping the future of did he do it? I don't know. But DID stands for digital identity. In Web3 reputation systems, which you think about these companies that would manage people's reputations online, SEO, and stuff like that, it's the same thing except it's Web3. It ensures users can verify who they are without exposing their personal data. They call that segmentation of data. Why would you trust AI to verify online identities and detect deepfakes? And man, I tell you, we get into some really interesting topics there where we say, can we trust this stuff? I can trust Genie, I'm positive. The top story today was Robert Kiyosaki calls people to sell Bitcoin to losers. Don't be a loser. And he's right, because this is a terrible time to sell Bitcoin. If you're going to sell Bitcoin, you should have sold it at 100K. I would not sell Bitcoin today. I would not sell Bitcoin now. It looks like with this thing tomorrow, we're going to get a gigantic pump in the next 24 to 96 hours, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Drill bits today. We look at securing AI defects. Final take, guys. Is Kiyosaki's confidence in Bitcoin justified, or is it just more hype? Will a weakening DXY? This is a big narrative. Oh, we didn't look at it. Real quick, you're getting bonus coverage. Bonus coverage in the show today is we're going to pull up the Dixie. We got to pull up the Dixie. And what would happen if you had a car and it was named Dixie? Or what if you had a friend and her name was Dixie and she lost a lot of money on crypto? Oh my gosh. I guess Dixie wrecked. I guess she wrecked. I don't know. I guess she did. I guess she's wrecked. That's REKT. Dixie wrecked, as you see that. We're going to check it out here. Oh, look at that shit, man. That is some good stuff right there, man. Look at that. Guys, this is great, guys. Look at this. And this is great because, on Market Cypher, which I'm not going to comment on Crypto Face. I'm not sure where he stands. I don't want to believe it is the thing with some of these guys. And I don't want to believe it so bad with Crypto Face that I'm trying not to believe it. I'm trying to leave him out of it. And I hope he's on the up and up. But guys, someone telling me they've been nice to me or giving me money or opportunities is not enough for me to think they're not involved. That's actually more reason for me to believe they're involved at this point with everything that's occurred. People understand. By the time my book is out, it'll be out by the end of tonight, or maybe part 3 will be out tomorrow, but it'll be the end of the book. So I'm going to actually go cause the end of the book today. A little bit later, it's going to be super exciting. But the Dixie is sinking, is like a ship. Let's look at the last time it sank like this. Oh, man, not like this. Shoot, man. Guys, we haven't seen it fall like this since back here. Since back in July. And if we look at the Bitcoin price during July, it might be kind of interesting. I don't know. It was gearing up. I mean, it was really the end of the year before things started going up. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think about the show today. If you guys like the show, you like the tone, you like everything, let us know. I want to do what you guys want me to do, and I'm also like not. I'm no longer like 100% sold to anything. So like, if you guys don't want me to do the live show every day, you want me to do it a couple days a week, like I'll do that. If the numbers don't get better, like I'm going to not do the live show every single day, but we'll still have content for you guys. If you guys have ever noticed, like I always have content. We'll always have content no matter what, because that's what I do, But I'm looking at a lot of different options for my life and different things right now. I may move out of the country. I'm considering moving out of the country, to be honest with you guys. I definitely am not living in Georgia. It is very scary for me there, for sure. It would be terrifying for me in Chicago, terrifying for me in LA, terrifying for me in New York, terrifying for me in Ohio, terrifying to be around the Altcoin Daily Twins. God, they're terrifying to be around those guys. They're terrifying, I think. I think there's a good chance those are terrifying guys too. And I know it sounds crazy by the time my book is out completely here in a couple of days, and none of this stuff's going to sound crazy to anybody anymore. So take that for what it's worth. But if for 500 viewers a day to make my life, to totally rearrange my schedule so I have this time every day when it's only 500 viewers, that doesn't feel like it's worth it when I can make content all the time and give you the same content and put in a tenth of the effort. So I'm looking more about my mental health and what's important for me right now. And so that's why next week I'm going to be taking that break for 5 days, but I will have content for you guys. And we'll see if the videos perform better next week than the live streams. So we're just going to start doing the live stream. Like, I'm going to move everything. If you want to talk to me, I got to come to the Bitboy BootCamp. It's probably what we're going to do. So, all right, guys. So I got Be Blessed. I love you guys. Bit Squad you guys are going to see this book is a love song to you guys. You guys are the best. Bitboy out.